everybody. Welcome back to another incredible episode live from the Raven Sound Studio. We have the band Decker here today, and as you're going to see, they put on an incredible performance we're so excited to talk about. Welcome, Brandon.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you guys came today. Tell us where you're originally from and tell us a little bit about the band and how you come to Prescott to visit us with a lot of begging.
There was no begging. Decker, I claim, is from Sedona, Arizona. That's where I've lived for a while, substantial amount of time. But the band's kind of a lot based out of Phoenix. That's been a big kind of performing base for us.
Yeah.
The band consists of myself, keyboard player Amber Johnson. She's been around for many shows and,
Lovely and talented.
Indeed. Andrew Bates on bass is kind of a similar tenure. We've toured the country many times, made some records together. Melissa Jackson on guitar, just a shredder.
Yeah.
And Joel Knight on drums. We also have a member, Dante Lepresti, but he forgot that this was happening today. So he didn't make it. And he sings and does percussion. And it would have been better, but we knew what to do with that.
Well, this is what musicians do. They adapt.
It's just adapting kind of day.
Well, I'm so glad you guys came today. The thing that struck me about watching your performance is that there seemed like there's such a genuine friendship and camaraderie with this band. It sounds like you've known all the players a long time and that you guys really have shared yourselves in a number of places and on, touring and playing out. When it comes to writing these songs, is it a collaborative effort? Is it songs you tend to bring to the band? How do you guys create?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to writing with band. I mean, definitely musically, it's written as band. Every song, every album's kind of different, but I mean, it usually starts with I've written a song that I think is good and bring it to the band. And then, we flesh out parts. Sometimes that's in the studio. Sometimes that's in the rehearsal space. Sometimes, I have ideas. But definitely, yes, there's a lot of camaraderie and we are a family. Some of us have been through a lot together, from touring the country, breakdowns and fights and adversity, and that always pulls people tighter. But, I think we're all just at a place where we realize we have a good package together and really enjoy each other's company, which is so important with anything you do.
Absolutely. Being able to sit out in the audience and listen to you guys, one thing that I noticed at one point you stopped and you looked everybody in the eye and you said, come on, guys, let's just have some fun and vibe off of each other. And I really got a sense of kind of that communal friendship and connection that you guys share, which I thought was very special in your music. And to see it kind of come out in your relationships, just talking in between the songs was really cool as well.
Being from Sedona, I like energy stuff.
Yeah.
One thing that we've done for years before shows, most of the time, is we'll kind of all huddle together and everyone looks into everybody's eyes once. So everyone's kind of peering around till everyone has made a connection with everyone.
I love this. Can I borrow this? May I borrow that?
Please do.
Okay.
We need more connection.
Yeah, I love that. Where did you start today? What was the first song you guys played?
The Phantom.
Yeah.
That's a song off of our album called Snake River Blues. Kind of, I always fancied it as like Tom Petty on LSD or something. Idea, just kind of this driving kind of psychedelic, deserty thing that goes into this real spacey, somber outro. Yeah. Kind of the song's just about kind of, earnestness to the point of desperation.
Yeah. Where were you when you wrote this?
We had written an album that we had really gone all in on and toured the country 3 times and then came back and just hatched another plan to do one again. And I mean, that really was where I was at. I just felt like I'm grasping for pushing the music in every way I mean, it was somewhat desperate,
Yeah.
and that wasn't necessarily a good thing. But that album we released with a 1-month residency in New York that, I mean, damn near killed us.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was that sort of spirit that, I mean, a lot of the songs on that album get a little frenetic, and, I mean, I guess art's always imitating life, and what was going on was definitely a lot of frenzy and, but focused frenzy. So yeah, there you go.
Do me a favor. Take a look into the camera and introduce this song for us.
Here's The Phantom.
I don't wanna waste a minute of my life, yeah. I don't
I love that song. As they were playing it the first time, I was like, hey, good job, guys, right? What is the next song that we are going to today, and what is it called?
The Holy Ghost, and it's a departure from the last one. This one I describe as like driving down a dusty highway at dusk listening to Chuck Berry on LSD. There's a common theme on this record. But yeah, this song was, I was listening to a lot of Chuck, when I wrote the album Snake River Blues, which this song is also on, was listening to a lot of Muddy Waters and Chuck Berry almost exclusively. And I really wanted it to be this kind of garagey Chuck Berry number.
Awesome. When you bring a song like that to the band as you're writing, are you also conveying the sound you kind of had in your head, or do you let everybody experiment a little and see if it finds its shape organically?
This one, Amber and I, this whole album had fleshed out extensively as a duo. So we had a lot of the melodies and dynamics pretty figured when we approached the band. But where it really coalesced was we worked with this studio and producer, this guy Bob Hogue down in Phoenix, who really helped refine and hone that sound. So that was where a lot of the tones and kind of atmosphere of the record came from.
Awesome. Please introduce it for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Holy Ghost.
And where do we go from here?
Up next is The Garden.
The Garden. Tell me about that one.
The Garden came is from this album that I did with Dylan here at Raven, called Born to Wake Up, which was a concept album that was kind of like the dark and the light, kind of transcending the demons. But we had this song on an album prior called Matchstick Man, and it was this like kind of overtly anti-Trump song.
Yeah.
And there was like this phase in just my processes where I felt like it was a misfire, like, because what I was seeing and all that was just all of this division, which of course we still have. And I felt like, that's not the message I want to put out. I want to really put a message out of us and love and coming together. So for me, it was like this song that was intentionally made to be my new stance, which was about us. And so the name The Garden kind of comes from, I do this little tip of the hat to Joni Mitchell in the song where, you're stardust, you're golden, you're billion-year-old carbon. We've got to get ourselves back to the garden. And that's what the song's about.
Please introduce it.
I hope you will enjoy The Garden.
Better
dark night, heart song, soft light, soft tongue, long fight, headlong, wake up, come home.
Are you blown away yet? I love these guys. The music is incredible. I've been so lucky to sit here and listen. Where are we going next?
Up next is a cover of PJ Harvey's Down by the Water. PJ Harvey has been one of my favorites since my first real concert. I was 15.
Yeah.
And it was PJ Harvey opening for Live. But I remember just being fully just mesmerized and taken by her. And I've probably been listening to her steadily since.
Yeah.
And that song is just kind of this spooky, groovy thing. And we've just been enjoying it as that, kind of this real psychedelic, jammy soundscape.
Yeah,
you know?
I enjoyed the way you performed that. I've also seen PJ Harvey live and was
so good.
blown away.
Yeah.
And when I found out that was in the set today, I was like, yeah, nicely done.
I'm glad you appreciated it.
Yes,
we love to
absolutely.
play it.
Yeah, and you guys play it really well. It's a really cool version hearing you guys sing it.
Thank you.
So here it comes,
Down by the Water.
Down by the Water.
Under the bridge, that little girl big fish swimming in the water. Come back here, man, give me my daughter.
All right. We're back to the end. We're back to the end. We're now at the end. We're back to the beginning, now at the end.
It's all the same.
It's all the same. What is the next song?
The next song is Cellars. And this is a song that is, I was saying to Dylan earlier, most songs, we have 7 studio albums, and most songs by next album or 2 albums phase out because it's just kind of, the material we feel is better. But Cellars has been around for, God, almost 10 years. Yeah. And it's funny how this song was written. I used to do a lot of these winery gigs, and I remember, and what could happen, especially because I wasn't that confident of a performer at the time, is I could just get swallowed up in the noise of all these people drinking wine, and it'd be disheartening, and I'd take it personally. So I was playing at this place, Page Springs Cellars, one night, and that was happening, and I was getting discouraged, and I had just gotten my first delay pedal. And I remember coming back in, and I tried to win people over by playing Brown Eyed Girl, and trying to play the hits, and it got worse. And I felt like a
crumbling
charlatan
on the inside.
And then I was just F it. If everyone's going to ignore me, I'm just going to play some really weird shit. Yeah. And I basically wrote that song, which initially was this 9-minute ballad that starts. It's 3 parts. So the first part is this really kind of sad bit, and then it goes into this jammy rockin' part, and then it goes into this whole psychedelic freak out. And a couple years ago we just decided, or at least I decided, the first part of it just bored me, and I just wanted to get to the nuts and bolts, so we only play the second and third portions of the song. And it's kind of this big groove that goes into this jam out that was really kind of inspired by the end of She's So Heavy from the Beatles, just kind of this kind of almost classical bass, which Amber's very classical in her background, as is Andrew. So it was kind of like this classical bass composition with, just big screamy guitars and tons of effects put on it. And I was, saying to Dylan earlier tonight that it's one song I can say I've never not enjoyed playing. I always feel the emotion that was behind it. I always feel fully caught up in the music, even at rehearsal. Yeah. And we always enjoy playing it.
What a special
for an audience
thing. I mean, I think all musicians aim to be at that place where every time you play something, it feels that authentic. So what a special song to have that you're I'm in it every time.
Yeah.
I also love knowing the details that you're the first part, we can let that go.
Yeah. Throw it away.
I love how things evolve.
Adapt.
Yeah, you gotta adapt. You gotta go, listen, we're done with that now. Yep. Please introduce the last song for me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
without further ado,
we leave you with Cellars.
Thank you guys for joining us again. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you to the
Thank
band
you.
Decker. We have had such a wonderful time having you. Where should people be finding you and downloading everything or buying things? How do we support this brilliant music?
Decker Music, everything's at Decker Music, Instagram, Facebook, Decker with a lowercase d and a period at the end. Please follow us on Spotify. It's algorithms are real people, you know. So yeah, and deckermusic.org is where you can see the latest news and shows.
Okay.
Coming to a venue near you, maybe.
Probably, maybe, sort of. We'll find out. You guys get out there and play though, so I'm sure you will find them somewhere near you soon. Keep tabs on Decker, and thank you again for being here.
Thank you all for having us.
Yeah, it was our treat. Are you kidding?
Our treat as well.
Yeah. Until the next time.
Indeed.
Okay.